Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Harrison County High School basketball. I'm Jim Swinford coming to you from Monticello Heights Gymnasium, where tonight the Fillies will be taking on the Lady Bulldogs of Holmes High School. Well, both of these teams have struggled through the first month of the season. The Fillies were able to salvage a 63-54 win over Robertson County in their most recent game last Thursday in the Bourbon County Kelly Holiday Classic, but still finished December with a record of 3-8. Meanwhile, it's been a season to forget for Holmes, which will enter tonight's contest with a record of 2-12, including an 89-22 blowout loss at home to Notre Dame Academy last Friday. Each of these squads are hoping to pull out a win and start the new year on a positive note. Speaking of positive notes, our junior varsity won tonight, defeating the Lady JVs of the Bulldogs by a final score of 36-8. So congratulations, JV team. We'll be back and take a closer look at the varsity teams, Harrison County and Holmes, right after this. You're listening to the Cynthiana Hardy's pregame show on WCYN Sports. Alrighty, back here on the hilltop. We're about 11 minutes away from the tip-off of tonight's game between Holmes and Harrison County. Holmes is coached by Tracy Pope, who is in her first year as the head Lady Bulldog. Well, after losing its top 6 players off of last season's team to both graduations and transfers, a very inexperienced and a team with not a whole lot of talent was left and has led to what has so far been a long season for the Lady Bulldogs. They started out the year 0-6, but then got back-to-back wins over Newport and winless Covenant Latin. But since that time, they've gone 0-6, and in 5 of those 6 losses, Holmes scored 22 points or less. The only one they did not do such a low score was a forfeit they had against Bryan Station. Overall, in 7 of the Lady Bulldogs' losses, Holmes has failed to score 25 points. Holmes has struggled on both ends of the floor, as you might imagine, averaging just 28.5 points a game on offense. They're making just 24.5% of their field goal attempts and only 21% from three-point range. And from the free throw line, they've struggled as well, making just 49% of their charity tosses and have only collected an average of 24 rebounds per game. Defensively, Holmes is giving up an average of 62 points per game. In 9 games, the Lady Bulldogs have given up at least 60 points, including their last 5 games in which they've given up an average of 74 points per contest. This is a very young team. There are no seniors or juniors on the roster, thus the road to recovery for the Lady Bulldogs may be a long one. They're leading scorer by 8th grader Amariana Cook at 8.8 points per game. She scored a career-best 21 points in the win over Newport. Their inside presence is freshman Jakira Winsey Hayes, who's averaging 7 rebounds per game. She grabbed 22 boards in the victory over Covenant Latin. If Coach Pope can keep these girls together, they should improve over the next couple of years. Meanwhile, the Fillies were able to pull out their win over Robertson County with the help of sophomore Hayden Lunsford and freshman Marley Toll. Lunsford made 4 3-pointers, many at the critical stages of the game, while Toll made 6 of 8 free throws on her way to 8 points overall and generally played with strength and confidence under the basket. Senior Caroline Van Hook also had a career game, scoring 18 points while grabbing 16 rebounds. A 13-3 run by the Fillies midway through the second half allowed them to go up 50-39. The Lady Devils did rally to pull within 6 points at 57-51 with a couple of minutes left, but could get no closer. The Fillies still need to work on improving their shot selection and limiting turnovers, but the win over Robertson County showed the girls just how good they have the potential to be. If Harrison County can win tonight's contest, it will mark the first time this season the Fillies have won back-to-back games. While both teams continue to warm up on the floor in front of us, we'll take a break and come back and look at the starting lineups of tonight's game between Holmes and Harrison. You're listening to the Cynthia Hardy's pregame show on WCYN Sports. Alrighty, back here at the Hilltop, Harrison County and Holmes about to get this game underway in a few minutes. Let's look at the starting fives. First for Covenant Holmes, 2-12 on the year, coached by Tracy Pope. At a guard, a 5'2 sophomore, number 2, Latia White. She's averaging 6.2 points a game. Another guard is manned by Adriana Cook. Adriana Cook wears the number 5. She's a 5'1 sophomore, averaging 5.7. The third guard is their leading scorer, a Mariana Cook. She wears the number 10. She's a 4'11 8th grader, averaging 8.8 points a contest. One of the forwards is Natasha Lee Cole. She wears the number 3 and is a 5'6 sophomore, averaging 5.7 points a contest. The other forward, also a 5'7 freshman, who wears the number 50, Jakira Whimsy Hayes. Whimsy Hayes averaging a 1.5 a game. So once again, for the Lady Bulldogs, it'll be White, Cole, Adriana Cook, Mariana Cook, and Whimsy Hayes. On the season, Holmes averaging only 28.5 points per game on offense. On defense, giving up 62.3 points per contest. Now for the Harrison County Fillies, 3-8 on the year, coached by Bill Watson. At a guard, a 5'6 senior, number 13, Brooke Kinney. Brooke is averaging 4.1 points a game. Another guard is Keely Custard. Keely wears the number 21. She's a 5'4 freshman, now averaging 8.3 points a contest. The third guard is our point guard, Bailey Hudgens. Hudgens is a 5'6 sophomore who wears the number 23 and is averaging an even 8 points a contest. At one of the forwards, Harrison County's leading scorer, Caroline Van Hook. Van Hook wears the number 22. She's a 5'9 senior. And at the other forward, a 5'8 sophomore who wears the number 34, Katie Linville. Linville averaging 1.4 points a game. So once again, for the Fillies, it'll be Kinney, Custard, Hudgens, Van Hook, and Linville. The Fillies this year averaging 38.3 points per game on offense. On defense, giving up 54.3 points per game. So there are your starting fives for both Holmes and Harrison County. Well, while we have this opportunity, let's send it back to the station to Bruce Templeton from Unity Christian Church with tonight's pregame prayer. All righty, back here on the Hilltop, Harrison County and Holmes meeting for the 8th time in their school's histories. Harrison County right now leads, or Holmes leads the overall series. Holmes leads the overall series 4-3. They've only played once here on the Hilltop, and Holmes won that one. The first meeting was back in January of 1986 in the Northern Kentucky Classic at Covington Catholic High School. A game Holmes won 69-49. Last year, the two teams got together in Covington, with Holmes coming out on top 56-44. The only meeting here on the Hilltop prior to tonight came just 3 years ago, back in February of 2020, and Holmes won that game as well, 59-55 in overtime. So brief history between these two schools in girls basketball. Well, we'll take a break right now as the two teams continue to warm up, come back and take a look at what the other winter sports on the Hilltop are doing. You're listening to the Cynthiana Hardy's pregame show on WCYN Sports. Alrighty, back here on the Hilltop, the Fillies playing for the first of two and hopefully 3 games this week. On Friday, they'll be hosting the semifinals of the Class 2A sectionals as they'll take on Boyle County at 8 o'clock in the semifinal round game. The first game will be at 6 o'clock, which will pit Lexington Catholic and Mercer County. So come on up to the Hilltop and watch the semifinals of the Class 2A sectional. If Harrison County is to win, and hopefully we'll win over Boyle County, they'll play on Saturday back here on the Hilltop. Either way, the winners will play in that championship game. Meanwhile, the Breds are still off until Monday, a week from tonight, when they'll take on Western Hills in the semifinals of the boys 2A sectional. The Breds also will take on Boyle County at 7:30 over there in Frankfort. The first game at 6 o'clock will pit Lexington Catholic against the winner of Mercer County and Bourbon. Those two teams are going to be playing on Thursday. So hopefully the Breds will win both Monday, and if they win that game on Monday, we'll play on Tuesday, also at Western Hills, against that winner of the other semifinal contest. Meanwhile, the wrestling team, they're off until Saturday when they'll participate in the sectional duels at Bourbon County High School. So best of luck to our wrestlers in the sectional duels. Well, the colors are about to be presented by the Harrison County Air Force Junior ROTC, after which we'll have the playing of our national anthem. So what we're going to do is take a listen to our Star Spangled Banner, after which we'll take a break and then come back for the tip-off of tonight's game between Harrison County and Holmes. But right now, let's bring you our national anthem.
Presenting the colors tonight is the Harrison County Air Force Junior ROTC. Commanding tonight's color guard and carrying the U.S. flag is Cadet Colonel Nathan Nickerson. Carrying the Kentucky flag is Cadet Colonel Peyton Fryman. And the guards are Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Abigail Palmer and Cadet Captain Miles Bryant.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so
righty, back here on the hilltop. The Fillies against the Lady Bulldogs of Holmes in the first game of the new year for both of these teams. Harrison County 3-8, Holmes 2-12, so a couple of teams that I'm sure their coaches are glad to see December come and go, especially the Lady Bulldogs. As we said, they've had problems with graduations, transfers. They've had a couple of girls quit over the last couple of weeks, and so right now just trying to get by. Starting quintet for Holmes has been introduced. Harrison County starting 5 now having their introduction as well. Turnovers were a major problem the first 2 games of the Bourbon County Holiday Classic last week, but in their win, Phillies committed just 17, so hopefully we can keep that number down. I think that's the major thing that this team needs to work on over the next couple of months, as we're really and truly, when you look at the calendar, not that far away from district tournament, which will be in about 7 weeks. Harrison County breaks huddle as we're about to get this game underway. On our side of the midcourt stripe, Caroline Van Hook. On the other side is Jakira Whimsy Hayes as we're about to get this game underway from here on the hilltop. The tap is up and controlled by the Fillies. Remember, the JV team set the table earlier, winning 36-8. Custard out top with the basketball. Gets it to the left side, long range to Linville. Katie looks inside, nothing there. Gets it back to Custard. Now in front of the Lady Bulldog bench, she'll find Van Hook back on the wing to Custard. Man-to-man defense by the Lady Bulldogs. Here's a pass inside that's going to be in between a couple of our players who look at each other as if to say, I thought you were going to get that. In any case, first turnover of the game. Holmes now in possession their first time down the floor. Latia White, the point guard for Holmes. Dribbles to the right side, gets it long range in the hands of Mariana Cook. Now on the left side to Adriana Cook, who fires a three-point try off the flange, no good, but there for the offensive rebound is Latia White, who puts it up and in. So a put-back basket by Latia White gets the scoring underway here on the hilltop. Put-back basket. We played just less than a minute. Here's a three fired up, no good by Kinney. Coming down with the rebound will be Natasha Lee Cole. Into the front court come the Lady Bulldogs. On the right side, Latia White, wrong range. White drives around Kinney from the block, puts up a shot, no good. Whimsy Hayes gets the rebound. Her shot's no good. Ensuing rebound is saved in bounds by Bailey Hudgens, who then throws the ball away, but then the loose ball is picked up by Holmes. There's a shot put up and good by Custard, which ties the score at 2-2. Here's a shot from the baseline, 15 feet away, no good by the Lady Bulldogs. Rebound pulled down by Custard. In the front court, Hudgens goes to the basket and lays it in. Nice job that time by Bailey. Harrison County has taken the lead. At 4-2, their first lead of the game. In the front court with the basketball is coming in Holmes. A drop, and Hudgens picks up the loose ball. Hudgens in the front court finds Van Hook, goes to the basket and lays it in. Nice pass that time by Hudgens. Good basket by Caroline. Caroline now has scored 400 points in her varsity career, becoming the 67th Philly to reach that particular mark. With the basketball out top is a Mariana Cook being guarded closely by Custard. Mariana Cook in the corner finds White. White thought about the three, now drives towards the paint, and we're going to have an illegal screen set by Natasha Lee Cole, which will turn the ball back over to Harrison County. Just underway here. 5:28 left to go in the first quarter. Harrison County leading right now 6-2. Up the floor with the basketball come the Fillies. Well, Coach Watson wasn't happy about something. Baseline jumper by Van Hook from 10 feet away is no good. Rebound pulled down by Latia White. In the front court come the Lady Bulldogs. Right side, Cole drops the ball, goes and picks it back up again. Now gets it in the hands of White. White back to Cole for a 15-footer, no good. And the rebound's going to be knocked out of bounds by Holmes. After making their first shot, Holmes has now gone 0 for its last 4. Like a good neighbor, Joe Cochran with State Farm is there. Get a new home or auto quote with Joe by calling 859-234-3813. Joe always supports the Breads and the Fillies. In the front court with the basketball, Linville unable to catch a pass inside to her, and the loose ball picked up by Whimsy Hayes. In the front court quickly comes a Mariana Cook. She'll lob up a shot that's way off the mark, and Kinney has the rebound for the Fillies. In the front court to Hudgens. Hudgens has the ball knocked out of her hands and out of bounds by White. Harrison County will maintain possession, still leading 6-2. From her own baseline, Hudgens to trigger the inbounds pass. Hudgens finds Van Hook for a 10-footer, rolls off the front of the rim, no good. And down with the rebound is Whimsy Hayes. Whimsy Hayes had a 22-rebound game earlier this year in a win over Covington Latin. In the corner, White. And now we'll have a travel as she picked up her pivot foot. Couple of subs coming in for Harrison County. Hayden Lunsford, the 5'5 sophomore who had 4 threes against Robertson County last week, averaging 3 points per game all over this season. Also coming in, Marley Toll. Marley also had a good game against Robertson, 5'9 freshman, averaging 2.2 points a game now. In the front court, Custard up top, gets the ball to the foul line to Toll, feeds Lunsford from the corner, good! Another Canup-Law three-pointer by Hayden Lunsford, who's making pretty much a habit of hitting those threes from the corner over there. Harrison County up 9-2. 3:50 left to go here in the first quarter. Here's a three fired up by Adriana Cook, no good. Rebound pulled down by Custard. In the front court, gets the ball to Van Hook. In the corner to Bailey Hudgens for a three. Yes! Another Canup-Law three-pointer fired in, this time by Hudgens. And a timeout is going to be called by Holmes. Just a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. But Harrison County, after allowing Holmes to score the first 2 points of the game, has scored 12 in a row. And with 3:34 left in the first quarter, Harrison County up by 10 by a score of 12-2. I want to remind everyone, after I get this written down, that you know all about the Beast Pizza, but don't forget about Snappy's great salads and sandwiches. Just dial 235-7627 right now. That's 235.
Snap.
Thank you, Ryan. Got you till the 17th, boy.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to put you to work. Out of the timeout, Holmes will have the basketball. Inbounds pass will come to White. She'll bring it up the floor and into the front court. New player in the game for Holmes is Maya Long, 5'2", 7th grader, averaging 1.1. Here's a pass attempted for White in the corner, but it's way over her head. That makes 5 turnovers now for Holmes here in the first quarter. Custard will jog the ball up the floor and into the front court. Gets instructions from Coach Watson about what play to run. Custard now moves to the left elbow, kicks it on the wing to Hudgens. Hudgens drives to the block, her shot off the glass too hard. Rebound on the floor, and finally comes all the way out to where Bailey is. Her second offensive rebound of the night, and now we're going to have a turnover inside on the Fillies. That's 3 turnovers by Harrison County. 3 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Holmes down by 10 and with the basketball. On the left side is Amethea Adriana Cook. She'll get it to White. Back up to Adriana for a high arcing three. It's no good. Ball bounces on the floor. And diving and picking up the loose ball is Marley Toll. In the front court goes Hudgens to the basket. Layup missed. Rebound knocked out of bounds. And they're going to say that Holmes touched it last. Coming in the game now for Holmes, India Ty. Ty, a 5'2", 7th grader who has yet to score this year. From her own baseline, Hudgens kicks it inside to Lunsford. Her shot's no good, but a foul is going to be called on White. It'll be Latia White's first personal, and send Lunsford to the line for a couple of free throws. And Hayden attempting her first free throws of the season. Already at her season's average of 3 points per game with that tray she had earlier. At the 2:40 mark, her first free throw is going to bounce in there. I tell you what, Hayden's got a nice shooter's touch. Coming in the game for Harrison, Kinney returns. So Harrison County's lead grows to 13-2. Second free throw for Lunsford is on the way, and this one bounces off, no good. Rebound on the floor, picked up by Van Hook, and put back is no good. Ensuing rebound picked up by Toll. Here's a three fired up and good by Bailey Hudgens, her second tray of this first half of play. Harrison up 16-2. We've scored 16 in a row. Now in the front court, Adriana Cook almost lost the ball, but Ty's there to pick her up. Ty goes to the block. Her shot off the glass is good. India Ty with her first points of the game on the layup. Makes it 16-4. 2:03 left in the first quarter. Now a pass inside is knocked away and stolen by Holmes. Up the floor into the front court comes Ty. She'll get it to Cole. Cole in the corner, gets it on the wing to Ty. Ty drives baseline to the basket. Her layup is good. 4 points for India Ty. And Coach Watson didn't like that very much, so he's going to call a timeout to get his team refocused. As they still lead 16-6, but have given up back-to-back baskets here in the first quarter to make it a 16-6 ball game. Well, they've been here for farmers since 1916, and they're here for you now. Farm Credit Mid-America. Contact Mike Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit efarmcredit.com. Out of the timeout, Harrison County will inbounds the ball, leading 16-6. So we await everybody to get ready. Now I think we're ready. Yep. Inbounds pass will come to Hudgens. Bailey will jog the ball to the front court on the near side of the midcourt circle. Now goes in between the circles as she surveys the defense. Continues to rotate to the left wing where she'll hit the left, or Van Hook on the left elbow. Here's a pass that's knocked away, and we're going to have a jump ball. Possession arrow will give it back to Covington Holmes. Back in the game, Custer returns. Also coming in the game for the first time, Lauren Hicks. Hicks, a 5'6" freshman, averaging 0.7 points per game. Played well enough over the past week to earn some playing time. Play at least the last minute 29 of this first quarter, I'd say. In the front court comes White. White gets the ball at the top of the key to Mariana Cook. Her shot's no good, and it will go out of bounds. Last touch by Harrison County. Holmes inbounding the ball from her own baseline. It'll be Latia White. White calling for someone to come and help her out. Got to be close to 5. Now she fires it in between the circles to Mariana Cook. Mariana Cook drifts to the left side, gets it to the left elbow to Cole. Cole to White. White back up top to Mariana Cook. Mariana Cook now drives to the left elbow, gets it on the wing to White. White from in the paint, 12 feet away. Her shot's no good. And the rebound is dug out of there by Custard. Keeley on the baseline, double team, forces up a shot. It's no good, but she's going to be fouled. Foul's going to be called on Ty, and that'll be India Ty's first. Sending Custard to the line for the first time tonight on the year. She's a 62% free throw shooter. First free throw by number 21 is on the way and good. With 55 seconds left, Harrison County has gone back up by 11 at 17-6. Second free throw is also good by the freshman. Harrison County up by a dozen once again at 18-6. Inbounds pass comes to Mariana Cook. She'll give it to White, who will bring it into the front court. White, the sophomore, drifts over to the right side, long range, where she'll hand the ball to Ty. Ty back to White, drives baseline, and as she does, she's going to be fouled by Lauren Hicks. Nope, take that back. It's going to be on Custard. So at the line is White, who on the season is only a 35% free throw shooter. This is her first one here. Score remains 18-6 with 42 seconds left. Second free throw is good by White. She has 3 of her team's points. Makes it 18-7. Said 42 seconds left to go. Into the front court comes Custard. Harrison up by 11. Pass inside to Toll, knocked away. Marley goes and gets it. Now looking for help. She'll find Kinney in the corner. Kinney back up top to Hicks. Skip pass to Lunsford on the left wing. Lunsford a bounce pass, but we're also going to have a travel as she picked up her pivot foot. Coming in the ball game for Holmes, Adriana Cook returns. and she will replace Maya Long. Long, 5'2", 7th grader, averaging 1.1 points a game, and snuck in there on me. Into the front court with the basketball comes White. Goes to the right wing, penetrates inside the arc, and the ball on its way out of bounds is touched by Harrison, so Holmes will retain possession. 12 seconds left to go in the first quarter. From her own baseline, Gianna Cook lobs it up top and into the hands of Mariana Cook. Mariana Cook now drifts to the left side, gets it in the corner to White, who fires a two-pointer, good. So Latia White ends the first quarter with a bucket. And as we head to the second quarter, play your score. Harrison County 18, Holmes 9. You're listening to Philly basketball on WCYN Sport. All right, as we get back to play, Harrison County leading 18-9 over Holmes. Phillies have led by as many as 14. With the basketball, Custard in the front court finds Kinney. Back up top to Custard again. Keeley moves to the right elbow, down to the right blocker. Shot off the glass is good. Nice drive that time by Custard. Harrison County's lead grows back up to 20-9. That was a nice dribble drive by the freshman. Now a shot put up no good by Holmes. Rebound on the floor is going to be chased down by Hudgens. Into the front court come the Phillies. Left side with the basketball. Van Hook drives to the basket. Her shot from the block is good. 4 points on the evening for Caroline. And Harrison County's lead back to 13 at 22-9. Well, they're going to give us that dribble drive on the block. We might as well take it. In the front court in the corner, Gianna Cook fires a three that's no good. Gianna goes and gets her own rebound. Puts up another three that's no good, and this time Linville gets the rebound for Harrison County. Up into the front court comes Custard to the glass. Shot good, and she's fouled. And Keeley has a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play. Foul is going to be called on White. Now it'll be Latia White's second. Chance for the play, old-fashioned three-point play, 24-9. Exactly 7 minutes left to go in this second quarter. Free throw up and free throw good for Custard, who is now 3 for 3 from the line as part of her 9 points. Harrison County's come out smoking here in the second quarter. In the front court with the basketball, Mariana Cook. She'll step on the three-point line and make the basket. It's just a deuce. That will give her team, or get her team back to within 13 at 24-11. In the front court with 6:38 left in the first half. Harrison County with the basketball. Custard dribbles to the right side. Now gets to Hudgens, who bobbles the ball and drops it away. Loose ball picked up by Gianna Cook, who goes all the way the other way, and misses the shot as it's blocked out of bounds by Hudgens. Holmes will retain possession from her own baseline. Gianna Cook gets the ball to White. Back to Gianna. Back to White. Now in the paint, they'll find Cole, who misses the easy layup. Rebound pulled down by Van Hook. In the front court, a steal by Holmes. That time, Mariana Cook just picked the pocket of Hudgens. Pass to the far side to Gianna Cook for a three. Off the front of the rim, no good. And Linville will get the rebound for Harrison. Up the floor comes Custard with the basketball now. Drives to the block. Her shot off the glass. This time's too hard, no good. And Mariana Cook will get the rebound. Up the floor we come. Here's a 16-footer fired up no good by Ty, and Hudgens will get the rebound. Go back and forth. Now Kenny has to save or try to save a errant pass. She's standing on the sideline. So another turnover for Harrison. Lunsford and Toll return to the lineup now for Harrison County as Kenny and Linville will have a seat. Cynthiana Hardee's wants you to visit them for breakfast, lunch, or dinner on US 27 South. Made from scratch biscuits, never frozen burgers, and many other great options at Hardee's in Cynthiana. In the front court, a Mariana Cook with the basketball. Gets it to White now in the far corner to Cole. Cole gets it to Ty. Ty back up top near the timeline to White. White guarded closely by Hudgens. Gets the ball between the circles to Ty. Ty drops the ball. Loose ball is going to be kicked out of bounds. And the officials looking at each other, and finally they decide that it's off of Holmes. So Harrison County will get the ball back. As Maya Long checks back into the game, the 7th grader who saw some action in the first quarter. If you're fed up, call Canup. Canup Law promises to treat you with care, respect, and dignity in whatever legal situation you're in. Visit them at canuplaw.com. In the front court on the right side, Lunsford. Lunsford to the elbow to Toll. Marley then has the ball stripped away from behind. 10 turnovers now for Harrison County. In the front court quickly, a Mariana Cook. A runner is no good, and Van Hook is there to pick up her 4th rebound of the first half. Hudgens in the front court. Gets it to the top of the key to Van Hook for a 3. Off to the right. Rebound is going to be picked up by Marley Toll, and as she goes back up with it, she's going to be fouled. Really strong play by Marley over the last couple of games especially. Fouls on Long. Her first, that was Toll's 3rd rebound already in this game. Going to the line for the first time all of the year, a 56% free throw shooter. She made 6 of 8 against Robertson County. Her first free throw here at the 4:36 mark is good. So Marley continues that very good free throw shooting. It's 25-11. Second free throw is also good by the freshman Toll. Harrison County's lead now grows to 26. Make that 27-11. In the front court with the basketball, here's a long 3, no good by Holmes, and Toll is there for the rebound. Here's the 3 from the left side by Hudgens, no good. And this rebound is pulled down by a Mariana Cook. A Mariana with the basketball in between the circles. Pass to the left side. Gets it down low and into the hands of Natasha Lee Cole, who misses the easy bunny, but is going to be fouled by Toll. That'll be Marley's first personal foul. Going to the line will be Cole for the first time tonight on the year. She's a 53% free throw shooter. First one's on the way by the left-hander, no good. Back in the game, Ty returns for the Lady Bulldogs. Second free throw upcoming for the sophomore, Natasha Lee Cole. Looking for her first point of the night. With 4:11 left to go in the half. And her free throw is this time going to bounce around, but finally falls down in the hole to make it 27-12. Up the floor and into the front court. With the basketball come the Fillies. They get the ball down low to Van Hook. Misses the shot. Toll with the rebound. Her shot's no good, but she's fouled. But another very good offensive rebound. She has 5 boards, 3 of them of the offensive variety. She'll go back to the line where she's 2 for 2. Trying to improve her team's present 15-point lead. Her first free throw's in and out, no good. She'll have another one coming up. Number 42 tolls the line. Second free throw is on the way and no good either. But Van Hook is there for the offensive rebound. Put back good. Tearing up that inside glass, the Fillies are. On the putback that makes it 29-12. As we go under the 4-minute mark here in the second quarter. In the front court with the basketball, Holmes out top, that's White. She gets it to a Mariana Cook. A Mariana drives into a triple team, but is going to be bailed out as she's going to be fouled. Foul's going to be called on Toll. That'll be Marley's second. Linville will check back in the game now, replacing Toll, who will sit with those 2 personal fouls, but getting some applause from her teammates as she played very well again here tonight. From her own baseline, Ty gets it inbounds, knocked away, and stolen by Lunsford. Good job that time by Hayden. She'll give the ball to Hudgens, who will jog the ball to the front court. Gets it to Custard on the far side of the midcourt circle. Harrison leading 29-12. 3:26 left to go in the half. Linville up top to Hudgens. Gets it in the corner to Van Hook. Van Hook takes one dribble, gets it down on the block to Linville. Her shot from point-blank range is no good, and Latia White will come away with the board. In the front court, left side of Mariana Cook for three, good. First tray of the game for the visitors from the north. Makes it 29-15 with just under 3 minutes left to go. In the front court, Custard, a runner, is going to drop in there, and she's fouled and will have a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play. That's 11 points now for Keeley. Fouls on White. That'll be her third. So Custard at the line. Trying for the old-fashioned three-point play. She is 3 for 3 from the line as she converted another old-fashioned three prior to this one. Jakira Whimsy Hayes checks back in for Holmes. Also in for the first time for Harrison County, Addie Rowe. Rowe, a 5'7" sophomore, averaging a half a point a game. She also had a nice tournament over at Bourbon County, especially in the Robertson County games, hitting a three. Free throw up and good by Keeley. Make the score 32-15. Jogging the ball to the front court with under 3 to go on Mariana Cook. Gets it on the left side in front of the Harrison bench to Adriana Cook. Her 15-footer drops in there. Took about a 10-foot hop off the iron, but was good enough to come right back down again. Make it 32-16. Shot put up by Harrison County, no good. And with the rebound was Whimsy Hayes. So Harrison County will come into the front court. Here's a pass down low to Long. Double team. There's the ball taken away by Linville. Nice play that time by Katie. Harrison County up the floor. That's Lunsford with the basketball. Hayden in between the circles. Pass to the right side to Custard. Almost had it taken away. Custard now lobs it back up top to Lunsford. Lunsford spins around. Now a bounce pass to Van Hook in the paint. Her 10-footer's no good. Rebound is going to go out of bounds, and it's going to be off of Harrison County. It may be difficult to understand everything your teenager is saying, but with Dustin and Amy at Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, at least it's easy to get great insurance. Call them at 859-234-4514. Here's a shot from the free throw line by Whimsy Hayes. No good, and Rowe is there for the rebound. She'll get the ball up the floor and into the front court in front of the Holmes bench. Now lobs it on the wing to Custard, who was open for a second but turned down the three. She'll back it back out again to reset the offense. Moves to the right elbow, down to the block. Shot is knocked out of her hands and out of bounds. Harrison will retain possession. Cole comes back in now for Adriana Cook. Also for Harrison County, returning to the floor, Toll, Kinney, as well as Hudgens. Coming out, Linville, Lunsford, and Rowe. From her own baseline to trigger the inbounds pass will be Hudgens. 1:28 left to go in the first half that Harrison County has owned, 32-17. Pass to Van Hook. Her shot from the block is good. Give the assist to Hudgens. The points to Van Hook. She now has 8. Harrison County's lead grows to 34-16. We're nearing a minute to play. Up top with the basketball, Mariana Cook nearly had the ball taken away from her. She'll get it to the free throw line to Long. And Long does throw the ball away. Loose ball picked up by Van Hook. 1-on-2 break to the other way, and she puts it up and in. 10 points for Caroline after the steal and layup to make it a 36-17 score with just under a minute left to go. Now Kinney almost steals the ball away. Holmes will retain possession as the ball went out of bounds as Rowe will come back in for Keeley Custard. Keeley has had a very nice first half with 12 points, going 4 for 4 from the line. Inbounds pass will come to Mariana Cook. Mariana Cook, her team down by 19. Gets it in the corner now to Adriana Cook, whose three-pointer is no good. Rebound on the floor, and we're going to tie up. Alternating possession arrow will keep the ball in Holmes' hands. 35 seconds on the clock now. From her own baseline, this side of the basket, Adriana Cook. Adriana looking, still looking. Got to be close to 5. Now lobs it inbounds to a Mariana Cook, who's going to be run into by Rowe, who was going for that same pass. Be Rowe's first personal foul. Harrison County trying to win back-to-back games for the first time this season, and right now looking pretty good, up by 19. Inbounds pass comes to Cole. She'll get it down low and taken away by Van Hook. Caroline will bring the ball into the front court herself, moves to the right elbow, down on the baseline, finds Rowe, ball knocked away, and the loose ball picked up by Holmes. 20 seconds left to go in the quarter. Racing coast to coast, but missing the layup that time was a Mariana Cook. And on the rebound, we're going to have a foul called on Holmes. It's going to be on Long. That'll be Maya Long second. And we'll head the other way and shoot some free throws with 15 seconds left to go in the half. Coming in for the first time for Harrison, Savannah Kennedy. Kennedy, a 5'9", 8th grader, averaging 0.2 points a game. Hudgens at the line for the first time tonight on the year, a 76% free throw shooter. First free throw at the 15-second mark is on the way and good. Gives her 9. Makes the score 37-17 with 15 seconds left, as I think I said before. Second free throw by Bailey is off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound being fought for, and we're going to have a jump ball. And Holmes, that makes that Harrison will retain possession. Marley Toll comes back in for the Phillies, replacing Kennedy. Also coming in for Holmes is Kalia Beauchamp. So Kalia Beauchamp making her first appearance of the game. From her own baseline, Hudgens with 11 seconds left to trigger the inbounds pass. Gets it to Van Hook. Van Hook puts up a shot, no good. Toll with the rebound, no good. Rebound on the floor, picked up by Toll again, no good. Rebound on the floor again, and Toll had it again and missed again, but this time she's going to be fouled. What good work on the offensive glass that time by Marley, almost playing volleyball by herself. Marley at the line where she's 2 for 4. 2 seconds on the clock. First free throw is good. Gets her back on the right track as Kennedy checks back in. Also coming in for the first time, Madison Jones, 5'6" freshman, averaging 0.4 points per game. Second free throw by Marley is on the way and good as well. There you go. So 2 seconds left for Holmes to go the distance. The inbounds pass comes to Mariana Cook, who will pick it up, moves to the the mid-court stripe, fires up a shot that's way off the mark, and that is the way that the first half will end. With your score, Harrison County 39, Holmes 17. We'll take a break right now and hope you'll join us for our halftime show brought to you by Joe Cochran out at State Farm. We'll go over all the scoring and stats from a first half that has gone Harrison County's way. Once again, your score from here on the hilltop, Harrison County 39, Holmes 17. You're listening to Philly Basketball on WCYN Sports. Alrighty, back here at the Hilltop. Harrison County in control as they lead 39-17 over the Lady Bulldogs of Holmes High School. A 16-0 run in the first quarter. The main reason that Harrison County has this large lead at this time. In fact, the 22-point margin that we have right now is our largest lead of the ball game. Taking a look at the individual scoring for Holmes, not much to talk about here. Latia White and Mariana Cook each have 5 points apiece. India Ty has come off the bench for 4. A couple of points for Adriana Cook and a single point for Natasha Lee Cole. Also playing but not scoring, Maya Long, Jakira Whimsy Hayes, and Kalia Beauchamp. Meanwhile, Harrison County's already placed 2 players in double figures and one just 1 point shy of that. Keely Custard leading the way with 12 points. Caroline Van Hook, she scored 10, 8 of those coming in the second quarter. And Bailey Hudgens has 9, including a couple of threes. 4 points for Hayden Lunsford and Marley Toll off the bench to round out the scoring for Harrison here in the first half. Also playing but not scoring, Brooke Kinney, Katie Linville, Addie Rowe, Lauren Hicks, Maddie Jones, and Savannah Kennedy. That's the way the individual numbers look. We'll take a break and come back and tell you what the team stats look like right after this. Once again, your halftime score, Harrison County 39, Holmes 17. You're listening to Philly Basketball on WCYN Sports.
Out here in the real world, we've spent too much time waiting around and wondering if we'll ever get to be what we really want to be. Now, it's time to move forward. And with a little help from Maysville Community and Technical College, you can finish that degree or start a whole new life as an IT VIP, a healthcare hero, and more. In less time and for less money than you think. The time is now. The place is here. Never underestimate you.
Alrighty, back here at the Hilltop. Harrison County up by 22 at halftime. Let's take a look at the team stats. Fillies were 13 of 31 from the floor. That's 41.9%. They attempted 5 trays and made 3. Meanwhile, Holmes, 7 of 29 from the field. That's 24.1%. They attempted 10 trays and made just 1. From the free throw line, Harrison County getting the job done. 10 out of 14. That's 71.4%. While Holmes went to the line 4 times and made 2 for an even 50%. Turnovers just about even. The Phillies turned the ball over 11 times compared to 10 for the Lady Bulldogs. And the rebounding, that was dominated by Harrison County, 24-8. It's 2 offensive and 6 defensive rebounds for the Bulldogs. They were led by Latia White's 3. Meanwhile, 11 offensive and 13 defensive rebounds for Harrison County. They were led by Marley Toll, who has 8 rebounds here at the break. And 6 of those 8 were offensive rebounds, especially one time when she was basically playing volleyball with herself underneath the basket and got 3 quick offensive rebounds before making a couple of free throws. So there's what your team stats look like here in the first half. Both teams are still back in their respective locker rooms, but we'll go ahead and take a break right now and come back with a third quarter handoff after this timeout. Once again, your score from here on the Hilltop, Harrison County 39, Holmes 17. You're listening to Philly Basketball on WCYN Sports. Alrighty, back here at the Hilltop, Harrison County up 39-17, looking for not only their 4th win of the year overall, but for the first time, our 2nd in a row. Fillies will be back in action, as we mentioned before, on Friday, as they'll host the semifinals of the Class 2A sectional. They'll be playing against Boyle County. That'll be an 8 o'clock game. The 6 o'clock game will pit Lexington Catholic against Mercer County, so come on up and watch both of those semifinal games. The championship game will be played at 7:30 on Saturday night, so hopefully Harrison County can get there as well. But first things first, we got a dispatch of Lady Bulldogs and not let down too much, up by 22. Holmes will have the ball first, however. With the basketball out top is a Mariana Cook, and she is going to be quickly fouled by Bailey Hudgens, who is going for the steal. It's Bailey's first personal. From the hash mark, inbounding the ball will be Adriana Cook. She'll get the ball to White. White on the right side, back to Adriana. She'll lob the ball in between the circles to a Mariana Cook. Over to the far side to Latia White. Now back up top to Adriana Cook for a 3. Good. So Adriana Cook gets the scoring started here in the second half with a long-range tray. Makes it 39-20 in the opening moments of this third quarter. Now a timeout called by Coach Watson, and he's not happy with the way his team is playing in the first possession on this side or the possession on the other side. Just a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. 7:25 left, and Harrison County now leading 39-20. Like a good neighbor, Joe Cochran with State Farm is there. Get a new home or auto quote with Joe by calling 859-234-3813. Joe always supports the Breads and the Fillies. Speaking of the Breads, they'll be back in action a week from tonight as they'll participate in the semifinals of the boys Class 2A sectional over at Western Hills. Thoroughbreds will play Boyle County in that particular semifinal. That game scheduled to start at 8 o'clock. Inbounds pass comes to Linville. She'll get the ball to Hudgens in the corner to Kinney, who lets the ball go through her hands and out of bounds. So our concentration level is taking a hit coming out of the locker room. Inbounds pass will come to White. White across the timeline, gets it to the far hash mark to Adriana Cook. In between the circles to a Mariana Cook. Now in the near corner to White. White fires a 3, no good. Climbing the ladder to get the rebound this time will be Caroline Van Hook. In the front court, here's a pass from Custer down low to Hudgens. Her shot too hard off the glass, but Brooke Kinney is there for the offensive rebound. She'll get it back up top to Hudgens, who will in turn get it to Custard, who will reset the offense. Keeley drifts to the left side, now passes it on the wing in front of the Harrison bench to Hudgens. Hudgens in the paint to the basket, layup good. Nice dribble drive that time by Bailey. She now has double figures on the night. Harrison County back up by 20 plus at 41-20. 6.5 left to go here in the third quarter. Up top with the basketball, Mariana Cook. She'll find White. White to the far side to Adriana Cook. She'll go to the blocker, shot off the glass too hard, and Katie Linville is there for this rebound. Her third rebound of the night. Into the front court with the basketball, Van Hook. Caroline drifts to the near side of the midcourt circle. Now makes her drive into the paint. Runner rolls off. Rebound pulled down by Whimsy Hayes. Up the floor come the Lady Bulldogs. Pass to the right side, wide open. Adriana Cook for a 3, and this one is barely off the front of the rim. No good. Van Hook with the rebound. Up the floor, she'll get the ball to Hudgens. Hudgens splits the defense as she goes to the basket and lays it in. Nice job that time by Bailey. Gives Harrison County its largest lead now at 43-20. 5:39 left in this third quarter. Harrison in control. Here's a pass to Whimsy Hayes up top. She'll throw the ball away. A steal by Kinney. Brooke coast to coast. Her layup is short. Rebound is going to be pulled down this time by Adriana Cook. In the front court come the Lady Bulldogs going to the basket, but having her shot blocked was White. And with the rebound, Custard. Keeley goes to the basket and lays it in. We're just beating them down the floor on transition right now. That's all there is to it. Harrison's lead now 45-20. As we hit the 5-minute mark Here's a long three, no good, but the offensive rebound is also missed. And now Whimsy Hayes misses as well, and Van Hook comes up with the rebound. In the front court, here's a shot put up and good. Who made that basket, Ryan?
It was 34.
Katie Linville. Okay, so Katie makes a shot. Her first bucket of the night. Here's a terrible shot put up, and Katie Linville gets the rebound. Up the floor and into the front court. Come the Fillies to the basket. Van Hook's layup is good. Dozen points for Caroline. Harrison County's lead continues to grow. 49-20. As we approach the midway point, Whimsy Hayes in the paint. Her 12-footer is too hard off the glass, and Kinney is there for the rebound. Not many second chances for Holmes today. From the free throw line, jump shot by Van Hook is no good, and it will go out of bounds. Now wholesale changes. Holmes replaces all 5 girls on the floor. So back in the game, Mariana Cook returns, as does India Tai, Maya Long. In there for the first time, Carly Riley, a 4'11" 8th grader, averaging .8. Custard gets the ball to Toll, who's back in. Lauren Hicks also back in for Harrison County. Toll from the block gets the ball to Hicks. Her 10-footer is short. And down with the rebound is going to be India Tai. In the front court, here's a shot put up and no good, but a foul on Harrison County. It's going to be on Hicks. Be Lauren's first. And we'll send India Tai to the line for the first time tonight on the year. Tai is attempting her first free throws of the season. First one's on the way and no good. She'll have another. 49-20. Harrison County led 39-17 at the half. But on a 10-3 run. Second free throw also no good by Tai, and Custard comes down with the rebound. Keeley races in the front court from the right elbow. Jump shot no good. Hicks there for the rebound. Put back no good. Marley Toll also no good. And now the rebound pulled down by the Lady Bulldogs. And now a steal by Custard. Going to the basket. Her shot's no good, but she's fouled. We'll go to the line. Beauchamp also back in for Covington Holmes. Foul is going to be assessed to Long, and that'll be Maya Long's third. Custard at the line, where she's 4 for 4 tonight, has 14 points. 3:09 left to go in the third. Free throw up and perfect. Keeley gives her team an even 30-point lead at 50-20. As we approach the time where we might have a continuous clock. Second free throw is also good, as Bailey Hudgens will check back in. Fillies up 51-20. Dominating performance over an inexperienced home squad. In the front court, Mariana Cook to the right side. Here's a three tried by Tai, no good. Rebound pulled in by Brooke Kinney. Up the floor and in the front court, they get the ball down low to Hudgens. Her reverse layup is no good. Rebound on the floor is chased down by Lunsford. Here's a pass down low to Toll. Her shot, rims out. Gets her own rebound, though. Goes back up, and as she does, she's going to be fouled. Marley with 10 rebounds now on the night. Foul is going to be called on Beauchamp. That'll be Kalia Beauchamp's first. Toll back to the line where she's 4 for 6. 2:42 left in this third quarter. And now they're going to say it was not a shooting foul. So inbounds pass comes to Kinney. Her shot's no good. And on the scrum for the rebound, we're going to have a foul called on Beauchamp again. Beauchamp's second foul. And now we're going to have a technical foul called on the Holmes bench. Well, he really didn't need that. Comes with 2:39 left to go in the third. And Harrison County leading 51-20. Now the officials talking about it, as Brooke Kinney will get 2 free throws for the technical, and then Harrison County will have possession. Kinney on the season is a 52% free throw shooter, looking for her first point of the night. It's on the way and good. So gets her name into the scorebook. 52-20. Second free throw by Kinney is also good. So Harrison County's lead continues to grow, 53-20. A 14-3 run to start this third quarter. Next free throw is also good by Brooke. She's now shooting the technical free throws. Second free throw is going to roll off. But that's all right. 54-20 your score with 2:39 left in the third. Coach Pope arguing with the official. It's never going to work. Harrison County with the basketball now as well. Hudgens across the timeline, directing traffic from inside the center circle. Drifts to the left. Now gets to the top of the key to Kinney. Kinney looks inside, nothing there, drops it. Loose ball is going to be picked up by Hicks. Lauren banged pretty hard, no call. She'll get the ball to Hudgens. Hudgens goes to the basket, layup good. 15 points for Bailey on the night. Harrison County's lead now 56-20, and we'll start the continuous clock with 2:11 left to go in the third. With the basketball, Mariana Cook. She'll drive to the basket, shot way off the mark, and Kinney gets the rebound, and then she'll overthrow Hudgens. It's only the second turnover of the third quarter on the Fillies. Like a good neighbor, Joe Cochran with State Farm is there. Get a new home or auto quote with Joe by calling 859-234-3813. Joe always supports the Prison Fillies. Inbounds pass comes to Mariana Cook. Mariana now on the wing to Riley. Riley tries a shot that's going to be no good, and the rebound is going to be pulled out of there by Maya Long. Shot put up no good, and Marley Toll drags down another rebound. She now has 11. In the front court, Hudgens finds a wide-open Rowe who misses the easy layup. And on the scrum for the loose ball, we have a jump ball, and it's going to keep it in Harrison County's hands as Adriana Cook comes in for Riley with just over a minute to go. From her own baseline, Hudgens to trigger the inbounds pass. Bailey looking, lobs it to Rowe. Rowe splits a double team and is going to be fouled. Foul is going to be on Beauchamp. That'll be Kalia Beauchamp's third. Checking back in, Maddie Jones. Well, you know about the Beast Pizza, but don't forget about Snappy's great salads and sandwiches. Just dial 235-7627 right now. That's 235. Snap. Thank you. Here's a shot put up by Toll, no good, and the rebound is going to be dug out of there by Long. In the front court comes Holmes with 30 seconds left from the left side. Shot put up no good, and Toll is there for rebound number 12. In the front court, Rowe gets the ball down low to Jones, who lays it up and in. Give the assist to Rowe. The points to Jones, her first of the night. And Harrison County's lead continues to grow to 58-20. There's a long three and good by Adriana Cook. That's her second tray. 3 seconds left with the basketball right side. Hicks, a three at the buzzers, no good. So at the end of three, your score, Harrison County 58, Holmes 23. You're listening to Philly Basketball on WCYN Sports. Alrighty, back on the hilltop. Harrison County up 58-23 while we were gone. Another technical foul has been assessed to the Holmes bench. So doing the honors of shooting the free throws this time will be Hayden Lunsford. Lunsford 1 for 2 from the line tonight. First free throw for the sophomore is up and no good. She'll have another crack at it. Harrison County leading 58-23. They outscored Holmes in that third quarter 19-6. Second free throw for Hayden is going to bounce in there. Give her 5 points now. 59-23. Mark down my notes here. There. With the basketball, Rowe out top. Rowe nearly had her dribble taken away by Mariana Cook, but Harrison will maintain possession. Well, they've been here for Farmers since 1916, and they're here for you now. Farm Credit Mid-America. Contact Mike Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit efarmcredit.com as Jakira Whimsy Hayes checks back in for Holmes. Rowe passes the ball down low to Maddie Jones, who puts it up and in. Another assist for Rowe. Jones now with 4 points. Harrison County up 61-23 with 7:19 left. Up top of the basketball, White. White to the right side finds a Mariana Cook. She'll find Whimsy Hayes now to the center circle to Cole. Cole to Whimsy Hayes. Now on the baseline is Latia White. She'll get it back up top. To the right side to a Mariana Cook who fires a three-point try short. Long rebound chased down by Lunsford. Hayden gets the ball to a guard. Now will take it herself to the basket. Shot no good. And Whimsy Hayes comes down with the rebound. Hayes in the front court finds a Mariana Cook. To the right side to White. Back up top to a Mariana Cook. Now Whimsy Hayes will get the ball on the baseline to Cole, who's going to be fouled. This foul is going to be called on Hicks. That'll be Lauren's second. Cynthiana Hardee's wants you to visit them. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner on US 27 South. Made from scratch biscuits, never frozen burgers, and other great options at Hardee's and Cynthiana. Here's a shot put up no good by the Lady Bulldogs. Lunsford gets the rebound, and as she tries to pass it out of a double team, hits it off the leg of a Lady Bulldog. So Harrison County maintains possession. Lunsford will take over point guard duties this time down the floor, across the timeline. Now crosses over her dribble, dumps it down low to Hicks. Her 10-footer bounces in there. So give Hicks the points. Lunsford the assist. Harrison County up 63-28. It's 5:42 left on the continuous clock. Now a steal by Maddie Jones. Up the floor and into the front court. She'll get the ball down low to Rowe, who puts it up and in. Rowe with her first points of the night. 65-28 now your score. 5:22 left. Here's a long three air ball by Adriana Cook. Goes out of bounds. Give the ball back to the Fillies. If you're fed up, call Canup. Canup Law promises to treat you with care, respect, and dignity in whatever legal situation you're in. Visit them at canuplaw.com. Lunsford across the timeline. Moves to the left side, gets it on the wing, and Rowe is going to have the ball nearly taken away from her by Maya Long. A jump ball is called, and Holmes will get possession of the ball back. Back into the ball game. India tie returns for Holmes. Harrison County will improve to 4-8 on the year, while Holmes will drop to 2-13 as they'll suffer their 7th consecutive loss. With the basketball on the baseline, Ty moves to the wing in front of her own bench. Now gets it up top to White. White to the far hash mark to Adriana Cook. Now back in between the circles to White. White to the right side finds Ty. Ty goes baseline, and she is going to be fouled by Kennedy, who is trying to set herself up for a charge that didn't quite work. Ty 0 for 2 from the line. Just a 7th grader. Has 4 points, her first 4 points of the season, in fact. First one's on the way and no good. Second free throw upcoming for number 24. So the clock continues to roll down to 3:46, 65-23, Harrison in control. Second free throw also no good. Rebound on the floor is going to be dug out of there by Lauren Hicks. Good job, Lauren. She'll get the ball to Lunsford, who will cross the timeline. Pass to the left side to Rowe. Rowe finds Kennedy in the paint. Kennedy back up top once again to Jones. Fires it into the corner to Lunsford. Down on the block to Kennedy, who falls down. And we're going to have a foul called on Whimsy Hayes. That'll be Jakira Whimsy Hayes' first personal foul. It may be let's try that again. It may be difficult to understand everything your teenager is saying, but with Dustin and Amy at Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, at least it's easy to get great insurance. Call them at 859-234-4514. Here's an inbounds pass intended for Kennedy. Knocked out of bounds by Whimsy Hayes. So Harrison will maintain possession. Lunsford once again will try to trigger the inbounds pass from the baseline. Lobs it to Jones. Jones to Kennedy. Kennedy puts up a shot, no good, but she's going to be fouled by Whimsy Hayes. So Jakira Whimsy Hayes went almost the entire ball game without any fouls and has had 2 in the last 10 seconds. Kennedy will go to the line. On the year, she's attempting her first free throws. Looking for her first points of the night. 65-23, and now we'll have a timeout called by Coach Watson. And it's going to be a full one, so we'll take it as well. 2:19 left to go. Your score, Harrison County 65, Holmes 23. You're listening to Philly Basketball on WCYN Sports. So we get back to action. Kennedy misses her first free throw, but makes her second. Harrison County's lead grows to 66-23. Clock winds down to 2 minutes. Gianna Cook gets it up top to White. Now to the right side to Whimsy Hayes in the corner. Finds Ty. Ty tries an underhanded shot in the paint. It's no good, but she's going to be fouled. And we'll go to the line. That foul on Kennedy. That's Savannah's second. Ty 0 for 4 from the charity stripe. The clock stops at 1:39. First free throw by the 7th grader is bouncing off the flange, no good. Second free throw upcoming. Eyes the bucket, free throw up, free throw good this time. She now has 5 points. Makes the score 66-24. Across the timeline comes Lunsford. Gets it on the wing to Rowe. Rowe to Kennedy. Ball knocked away and stolen this time by Mariana Cook. Mariana Cook tries a pass to India Ty, but the ball is knocked to the bounds by Maddie Jones. Holmes will retain possession. From her own baseline, inbounds pass will come to White. White up top to Mariana Cook for a 3. Air ball. Rebound picked up, though, by Whimsy Hayes, who will then, in turn, almost throws it away, but the loose ball picked up by Mariana Cook. Out top to Gianna Cook for a 3, and it's good. That's 3 threes for Gianna Cook, who's making the score somewhat more respectable at 66-27, but we're under a minute to go. Rowe on the left side. Gets the ball down on the block to Kennedy. Kennedy tries to make a move on Whimsy Hayes. Now throws the ball away. Up the floor and into the front court comes Ty. She'll get the ball down low to Gianna Cook, whose shot goes out of bounds. Holmes will maintain possession, however, with 28 seconds left. Inbounding the ball will be Gianna Cook. Gets it in the corner to a Mariana Cook. A Mariana moves to the foul line. Now gets it over on the far side to White for a three. This one's no good, and Kennedy is there for the rebound for Harrison. Up the floor, a pass intended for Rowe goes out of bounds. Just 10 seconds left to go. That's only the 6th turnover for the Phillies in the second half, which is a very big positive. Racing up the floor, White, and her shot at the buzzer from three-point range is no good. And that's the way the game will end. Your final score, Harrison County 66, Holmes 27. As we mentioned, Harrison County has now won back-to-back games for the first time this season and are 4-8 overall going into the Class 2A sectional. Meanwhile, Holmes suffers its 7th consecutive defeat and drops to 2-13 on the year. Good win. Some things to work on, obviously, but still a good win for Harrison County. We'll take a break right now as we'll figure up all the stats and such and invite you to join us for our post-game show. We'll go over all those numbers I'm going to give you, as well as have a chat with Coach Watson. We'll also name our Judy Construction Company Player of the Game. All that coming up after this timeout. But once again, here on the Hilltop, your final score, Harrison County 66, Holmes 27. You've been listening to Philly Basketball on WCYN Sports. Alrighty, back here on the hilltop, Harrison County wins 66-27 to improve to 4-8 on the year. Joined now by Coach Watson, and Coach, is one of those games that Holmes just quite simply doesn't have the personnel to keep up with a lot of teams this year, and we did what we had to do to take advantage of that.
You're exactly right, Jim. We did what we had to do, what we were supposed to do. We still left some points on the board,
Right.
but we competed. I thought Marley Toll gave us a great
Oh,
lift
my
off the
gosh.
bench. I don't know what she ended up from a rebounding standpoint.
I had her with that dozen.
I know she had 7 or 8 at halftime.
Yeah.
But I thought all of our kids did what we asked them to do. It was good to get some of our JV kids some minutes in another game. And proud of the kids' effort. And now hopefully we can continue that and play against a solid Boyle team. I mean, record-wise, very similar to us on Friday in the 2A semis. So we'll see what happens.
I thought that we did a nice job of understanding that we didn't have to go in there flying up and down the floor when we got up by 25, 30 points. We kept with the same offense, still got some shots, and we shoot 41% from the floor, which is really good for us.
I'll take. You tell me I'll take 41% every game. I'll take it, and we'll be in a lot of games. You're exactly right. So, but I thought you were right. We didn't force a whole lot, and I thought we were very, very unselfish with the ball.
Sure.
We threw the ball up. We threw the ball. We got some people some layups, some open jump shots.
Right.
Just by passing the basketball early instead of going 1 or 2 dribbles too late.
It just seems like over the last couple of games, this team is starting to finally figure out their identity.
Well, I hope so. I mean, it makes me sleep a little better at night. I'll tell you that. But yeah, I don't know. We had some really good competition early. 3 or 4 really good teams.
Sure did.
That we probably weren't ready for just yet. Down the road, we may hopefully see them in a regional tournament if we can get out of the district. Things may be a little bit different. But we took a couple of days off over New Year's and came back in. We didn't practice yesterday because of a scheduling conflict, but I thought we did what we had to do today, and again, hopefully it transfers over tomorrow to a practice, and then we start getting ready for Boyle County on Wednesday.
How's Maddie Carson?
She took one of the hardest charges I've seen in a while.
Yeah.
I think she got hit from the front and the back when she landed. But Kristen said, let's hold her out the rest of the night, and we did. And then we'll reevaluate her tomorrow. But she's a little dazed and confused right now. She left the bench at halftime because the girls hooping and hollering over there was causing her some headache issues.
Oh, okay.
And she already has one anyway. So we let her go on across the street. We're there with the mom. But we'll reevaluate her in hopes that she's not out too long.
Right. Good balanced scoring tonight. Keeley had 16, Bailey 15, Caroline 12, and boy, if we can get those kind of numbers from those 3 girls every night, we're going to do really good.
Well, those are the 3 that we have to have score.
Sure.
I mean, they don't have to get us 20, 22, 23 apiece every night. But if they can get us 12 to 15, or if we can get 30 between all 3 of them, we'll take that, and I'll take my chances against everybody.
We talked last week about the production from the post and what you expected from the trio of Katie and Marley and Savannah, and tonight those 3 girls combined for 6 points and 17 rebounds. I mean, I'll maybe get the points up a little bit, but gosh, you can't beat 17 rebounds.
No, we'll take that every night from our 3 post people, and we watched film Saturday morning. We watched the quarter of the Woodford County game. And we watched a quarter of the Robertson County game to see the difference in how we played. And we talked to our post people while we were watching film, said, you don't have to get us 10 and 8 individually. Again, as a group, if you get us 15 rebounds and you get us 10, 11 points and you play solid defense, we'll be in a lot of games.
Yeah, and I especially like the way that Marley has just gotten so confident playing. I mean, there was one time when she was practically playing volleyball by herself, got 3 offensive rebounds, and then got the foul.
Well, she earned a starting job early, and then she got hurt. And typically, coaches don't, when the young lady or young man that's hurt is ready to play, gets that starting position back. But she was playing well coming off the bench, and I don't want to change her confidence. And Katie's doing a good job for us in the lineup.
Oh, sure.
So again, that duo is doing exactly what we need them to do right now.
Yeah, and sometimes players just need a chance to watch and see how a game develops.
Yes.
And then once this is the pace, this is how the officials are calling it. Now I know when I come in what to do. as opposed to somebody who's just starting off the bat and doesn't know what those questions are going to be or how those questions are going to be answered. So maybe Marley just is one of those girls that plays better off the bench.
Well, I hope so. Well, like I said, I see a really big uptick, like you said, and I'll be honest, I see a very confident Hayden Lunsford. When
yes.
we put her in.
Yes.
She didn't score as much today, but she hit her first three. But she ran a 1-4 slate with the second group. If she continues to develop, then improve on where she has right now, that's another solid body that comes off the bench for us.
And the more girls you have that you can trust to bring the ball up on any kind of press or any kind of difficulty from the other team, and I think Hayden is one of those, the better.
Yes, exactly. It gives when she goes in the game based on who she goes in for, she makes us a little bit more athletic.
Yes.
Especially at the 4 spot if we give Brooke a break here or there. But I like our team. We just need to continue that now. And I want to give a shout out to our JV team tonight.
Oh
too.
yes, absolutely.
They got a solid win, and again, some of the things we've asked them to do, we showed signs of it today in the game. Now,
Right.
Again, Holmes is a little undermanned, but those kids for us did what we've asked them to do, and I think they saw some benefits of that tonight.
Right. So congratulations, JV team. Congratulations, varsity team, and hopefully this good momentum will roll right into against Boyle County on Friday night.
I hope so. I hope we have a huge crowd. The boys aren't playing.
Right.
It's Friday night in early January. Come on out and support us. And hopefully we can get us another win and be in the finals on Saturday.
All right. Thanks a lot for stopping by, Coach, and congratulations on the win.
Thank you, sir.
Coach Bill Watson of Harrison County after the Fillies win 66-27. We'll come back and go over the stats from tonight's game right after this. You've been listening to Philly Basketball on WCYN Sports.
Angelo's Pizza, home of the Stromboli.